the first what I want to do for that illustration, it is set the right size for my render. So it will help me to create properly dimension. So for that one, we'll right click on the render tab. We'll go in our settings, and where we have aspect ratio, we're going to change. So I'm going to just switch to photo vertical. And as we're here, let's go and be sure we have preview, render to screen, and let's go set at least 400 by 600. So we'll have it our test. You can see right there we have it our vertical render. So in this case, when I preset some of my elements, I can properly see in aspect ratio, so it does not need to go too wide. Most time when I render, it's more a wide view. However, for the print, I was going with a vertical positioning. Okay, as a setup landscape, we'll go to set up our backdrops, and we'll go set up our hero mountain or something that look very interesting on the side, and a rocket maybe, and a robots. Usually I make a sketch so I can kind of refer to that elements, but because also it is simple in mind, we'll have it on the left side rocket, on the right behind the mountains, on the right mountains, and the robots kind of running around, and we'll put our hero element for our illustration cover on the middle. And you can do this for the book cover, whatever you like to do, some other illustrations, but mostly this will be directly going towards the make a book cover for some sci-fi story. Okay, let's go first create our terrain, and I'm right click. We are on a latest Vue update, which is included real world import. We won't go use this, we'll just use it simple high field terrain. Let's zoom out, move them on a back slightly. Okay, we'll go to edit mode for our terrain. Let's go right here, switch to terrain mode, and in terrain mode, let me because far away resolution should be enough for this. However, I want to create some of the peaks. We'll go click once on a peak. Let's go to preview. There's our peak. It will be okay if it was one. However, if I want to create more, what this help it does if you double resolution example. And let's go right now, go click on the peaks again, and you'll see now we have more details because the scale for our function altered production is smaller, is based also on our resolution. And I think this already give it more details, and I know I will stretch its cover. Again, if I want more details to cover with one, we'll go create double the resolution again. We'll go click on the peaks again, and you can see now we have even more details. So in some cases, we'll go put on a back. Probably it's what I'm going to do, just leave it like this, maybe click a couple more times till I find. I think this one will look a little bit more interesting. Let's go click OK. And we have our terrain. Okay, where's our terrain? We'll put on the back. I'm going to stretch, and you can see how it's stretching on the back as well. So let's go do this way. Just put it one right here. We can go hold down Alt or Option key, left click and drag, so it will duplicate it for us. We'll go click to edit again, and just let's go click mountain, so it's create different, click OK again. And this is not it, just our horizon line. It's all what we're doing with this. If you want it, you can stretch more in. If you stretch more in, some of these beautiful peaks are hiding. So sometimes what I do, I just rotate. And if you draw a horizontal line, I want to rotate till this kind of going in a horizontal. So I don't want to necessarily end visible. And we'll bring up. So in this case, you have a little bit more interesting view. Again, you don't need to do dramatic, but if you just even a little bit increase, now we utilize more of those hills as well. So same with this. Let's just stretch a little bit more. We'll put up and bring kind of like right here. So now at this, we can have a better horizontal line. You know what? Let's preview those ones. Okay, so for this, we'll go to select render area, and I just render this element. So again, preview, and I can see I have a little bit line going right there because it does not touching ground. Okay, we can go select two of those terrains. Let's put them slightly. So now they're touching. Okay, let's go also discard to render area. We'll go to zoom out. And this is overall our setup for the backdrop. So for the hero mountain, I'm going to use a little bit different techniques, and I'm going to use import some maps, and those maps will go to use from World Machine. They will be included with project, and in the tutorials we don't cover how to create those high field maps, but you can look on another tutorials, which I will provide link for this, or you can also just create from real world. It's up to you, but overall it will be same follow-up techniques, very easy. So create another high field terrain. We'll go to edit mode, so double time click on right edit, so this terrain, and before we actually going to modify this, we want to be sure our resolution is correct. What I mean resolution, the image size, it's 4000 by 4000 pixels, so, and we have a 256. What we want to do is going and click, select 2, 4, and right there 4096 by 4096. So it will, because higher details, it will take a little bit time sometimes, but we'll just leave it like this. And because we actually won't use any procedural for this or any render, we'll use just map basic. And next we want to go ahead and click on a picture. Inside our picture, now we want to import, so let's go ahead, click on load icon. Okay, so we'll go navigate, and right here is our maps. What are we going to do? We have all of these maps, which is have our deposit, flow, height, some wear and tear, all the stuff. So we'll go use it, start with our height, and we probably won't use all of the map, but we want to be sure our main map is height, that which allowed us to set tallest or sizes. So let's go ahead, open, and what we want to do is switch 100% to our image. So we're ignoring all other ones. We'll go ahead, click OK. Okay, and let's go click OK one more time. So right here we have our hero mountain set. We could a little bit increase, and maybe, you know, just raise size slightly. Let's move it a little bit closer to the mountain, like right here. And this is our hero. On the back, you notice this element is hiding, so we want to readjust. And sometimes when you're creating, problem is the owl disappearing, but that is okay, because if this is hiding and we don't need anymore, let's reuse this element. And reuse, I'm going flatten, we'll go bring all the way to the camera, make it flat, flat, flat. So it will be our, like right there. Okay, let's take our main camera, bring a little bit up. I'm just looking on this terrain, because this terrain is like right there. There you go. So we just create another terrain that will expand. Okay, let's go ahead, click render, so preview what we have so far. And here is our terrain. You can see our hero mountain, background mountains. Right here we'll have a rocket and robots somewhere around. So I think this is a general preset. Okay, you know, maybe move mountain a little bit closer. You know, and we can go ahead. I don't want to open, but I want to rename it. So what are we going to take this mountain and move a little bit closer to our camera. Maybe like around here, because a lot of very nice details on the terrain. So this terrain, let's bring closer as well. Not too close, so it will help us create the rage peak. Okay, and this is our base terrain, which same, if you want it, we can bring even closer. And in some case, I think we want to compress slightly. Let's readjust right here. The reason it's compressing, so we have it, some of those elements of the hills, they kind of go up front of mountain, kind of look interesting ridges. It's all about shapes right now. And of course, they are going far away. We'll bring a little bit closer this way. That will increase details, and you can see our camera. So I'm just setting up shapes. Okay, at this point, let's go ahead and click render one more time. I just want to see, you know what, these shapes may be covered because mountain does have a nice ridge effect. So let's go back here and bring just a little bit down. So I want to see this on a mountain look a little bit better, I think. Okay, let's go preview one more time. Yep, right here we have nicer details, I think, on a mountain. That will smaller details in this area. Okay, I think at this point we'll look okay. We maybe come back to some terrain settings, but so let's go ahead, be sure you save your work. We'll go save it and start texturing our terrain in the next tutorial.